to Hiromi Voice Language School. Thank you so much for your time and being here as well. Today I will share 10 unspoken rules in Japan. The kind of rules nobody teaches you, but many people expect you to know that in Japan. This will save you from a lot of awkward moments in Japan. Are you excited? Good. These are not strict laws. They are more like small habits people appreciate. And I will explain them gently with some examples. We will go step by step calmly, and I will add a tiny bit of Japanese you can actually use. Here we go. Rule number 1. Speak softly in public and secret places. In Japan, many public spaces are very, very quiet. Trains, elevators, libraries, waiting rooms. And at shrines and temples, people often keep their voices low. Not because you must, but because it feels respectful. A simple tip is, if the space feels calm, try to match that calm. Okay? Number 2, at shrines, a small bow is common. Bowing. At many shrines in Japan, you will see people bow. Especially near the Torii gate, the big gate, red gate. It's not something you need to do perfectly, and customs can vary by place. But a small quiet bow is often seen as polite. If you are unsure, the easiest method is pause, look, and follow what others are doing. Number 3. On trains, don't take phone calls and keep sounds off. This one might surprise you and many visitors. On trains in Japan, people usually don't answer phone calls. Some people do, but this is like this. もしもし、ごめん、今ちょっと電車乗ってるから。Hello. I'm on the train, so I will call you later. Something like that. And they keep their phone sounds off. No loud videos, no speaker phone. Even if the train is crowded, it stays quiet. Yeah. If you need to respond. You can simply message back, or you can talk like this. もしもし。ごめん、後でかけ直すね。Like this. Or wait until you get off the train. Supplies? Yeah. Number 4. Indoors, shoes off, and slippers may be a please change sign. Did you know that? In Japan, shoes are connected to the outside world. So in many homes and some traditional places, you take them off at the entrance. And sometimes you will see slippers in some clinics, small hotels, schools or offices, slippers can mean please change into this for the indoor area. If slippers are provided, it's usually safest to use them. Okay? Number 5. Toilet slippers. Switch and switch back. This one is very Japan. Some places have separate toilet slippers. If you see them, that's a sign to switch, and when you leave the toilet area, switch back to your regular slippers or shoes. It's all about keeping clean areas clean. And yes, many visitors forget this one. It's okay. You will remember after that. Number 6. Museums and galleries photos may be restricted. In museums, galleries in Japan, some areas are okay for photos, but in my opinion, most of them are not. So before taking pictures, look for signs like no photos, no flash, or a small camera icon. If you are unsure, you can ask a staff member. A quick check can prevent an awkward moment. Number 7. Trash is your responsibility. Many visitors notice something interesting. Japan can feel very clean. Do you think so? But public trash bins can be hard to find. Even though if you can find it, it's for like a pet bottle, or cans, something like that. So what about plastic papers, tissues? What can I do? So a common habit is like this. Carry your trash with you until you find the right place to dispose of it. So sometimes we bring trash to our homes. A small plastic bag in your backpack helps a lot. Number 8. When lining up, look at the floor. Marks and arrows are common. People line up in many countries, of course, but in Japan, lines can be very organized, and sometimes a line is guided by the floor. You might see arrows. You might see arrows, numbers, footprints, or taped lines, especially at train platforms, popular shops, or events. So when you're about to line up, just glance down. And yes, cutting in line is strongly disliked. If you are not sure where to stand, it's perfectly okay to ask the people around you. And here are some phrases to how to ask. Number 1, excuse me, are you lining up here? すみません、並んでますか? It's very popular phrase. すみません。並んでますか? 並んでますか? Look at this board. Okay, say it together. すみません。すみません。並んで Maska. You know maska. Maska means polite. Polite phrase. 並んでますか？すみません。並んでますか？すみません means excuse me. 並んでますか means are you lining up here? Are you lining up here? Okay, let's practice. すみません。並んでますか？ We do say this very often. すみません。並んでますか？ Be careful, there is R, right? Our sound could be a L, L, La, 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 Li, Lu, Re, Ro. Staccato. Tap and release very quickly. 並んでますか？なら、なら、なら、並んで、並んでますか？すみません。並んでますか？ The last one is like up, up. すみません。並んでますか？ When you ask something, always the sound is like up. これ好きですか？ Do you like this? これ好きですか？ If you say like すみません。並んでますか？ It sounds like oh you're lining here. Oh you're lining up here. Oh my god, that's disappointed like this. You know? So if you want to ask something, the end of should be a up. Little bit up. すみません。並んでますか？ Don't say like 並んでますか？ This sounds like oh my god, I'm so sad. You are lining up here. You know? Totally different. So just be careful. Okay, practice. すみません。並んでますか？ Very good. 並んでますか？ Okay, okay, very good. And one more. This is like where the end. Where is the end of the line? You're finding where is the end of the line. It's so long. When you encounter this situation, you can say like 最後尾。列の後ろ。Both are okay. 最後尾はどこですか？最後尾はどこですか？最後尾 means the end of the line. どこ means where. Okay? 最後尾 Can you say that? 最後尾最後尾はWhy is like is どこですか Where どこですか最後尾はどこですか最後尾はどこですか Okay, let's say together 最後尾はどこですか最後尾はどこですか Very good, very good. すみません。並んでますか並んでますかすみません。最後尾はどこですかあ、ここですか。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。So, it's good way to ask when you see the lines in Japan. Okay? Instead, say ごちそうさまでした. In Japan, tipping is usually not necessary. In some places, it can even confuse people. Instead, often after a meal, you can say ごちそうさまでした. ごちそうさまでした. You already know the meaning, right? We have learned the meaning of ごちそうさま. It means thank you for the meal. Thank you for the meal. Even if your pronunciation isn't perfect, people will usually smile. ありがとうございました. Like that. So what about after not the meal? After shopping? Just say ありがとうございました. ありがとうございました. ありがとうございます. ありがとうございました. What's the difference between ありがとうございます and ありがとうございました? ました is the form of past. So if you are giving like something or you bought something in the shop, you got already something, right? So it's natural to say ありがとうございました after shopping. When you leave the shop, maybe a staff coming to you and say goodbye or to say thank you for coming. And you can say ありがとうございました. It's natural. So what about you don't buy anything in the shop? It's also you can say ありがとうございました. This means like thank you for your time, thank you for guiding me or something like that. So when you leave the restaurants or shops in Japan, it's natural to say ありがとうございました. Or after meal, you can say ごちそうさまでした. ました. ました is the shape of past. This ありがとうございます or this is polite shape, but this is like present now or just greetings, you know. So when you visit in Japan, visit some shops, some restaurants, it's always natural to past shape ありがとうございました。ごちそうさまでした。Okay? Good, good. So last one, number 10. Hot springs and sento. Sento is a cheap big bath. It's not a hot springs though, but looks like hot springs. You know? In there, tattoo rules vary and wash first. If you want to visit a hot spring or public bath, and 2 important notes. 1. Tattoo rules vary by facility. Some places allow tattoos, some don't, and some allow them with a cover sticker. In my opinion, most of hot springs facilities don't allow tattoos, in my opinion. So it's best to check the website or sign in advance. Okay, you can also ask to the Sento or hot springs first. Number 2, before entering the bath, people usually rinse and wash their body first. You don't enter the bath immediately. It's not a good manner. A simple order is rinse, wash, and soak. If you don't have the time for rinse and wash, just rinse. We call it kakeyu. Before soaking in the bath, we do rinse your body. We call it kakeyu. Kakeyu. You will see the word written in kakeyu してください. Please do kakeyu before you enter the bath in hot springs, places or sento. Kakeyu is very common manner in Japan. Some people don't kakeyu, but it's not good. At least you need to do kakeyu before entering the bath, okay? Very good. So those were 10 unspoken rules in Japan. How was it? How do you feel it? How do you feel about it? And tell me which rule surprised you the most. Please tell me your opinion, your feelings, and comments. Thank you for being here as well. I will see you in the next video. Hopefully. お疲れ様でした。See you. おやすみなさい。Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm so glad to see you again. Thank you for coming. Tonight we are continuing the series about unwritten rules in Japan. A little default settings that can make daily life smooth. And just a quick note before we start. They are common expectations, not strict laws. And of course, not every Japanese person follows them all the time. Japan is not perfect. And people break manners here too, like anywhere else, you know? So think of this video as a gentle guide to help you understand what's often expected and avoid awkward moments in Japan. In this part 2, I will share 10 everyday unwritten rules, from trains and convenience stores to trash sorting, taxis, and even a word you will hear every day, everywhere. Okay, excited? Good. Let's begin. Number 1. When you are stuck, go to a convenience store first. It's not just a convenience store. In many countries, a convenience store is just a place to grab foods and drinks, right? But in Japan, it can feel like a mini life support system. Of course, you can buy food and drinks, but it doesn't stop there. You can use an ATM, pay certain bills, send packages from small one to big one, and print documents almost any time. And here's the part that surprised many people. In many cities, you can even get official certificates at a convenience store with my number card, which is a card, individual card to prove yourself, you know. We have one card each person if you are Japanese, okay? the multifunction copy machine can issue things like a copy of your resident record, and sometimes other certificates too, depending on your city and what you need. It's really helpful. So I don't have to go to our city office. I can get certificates if I go to our convenience store and handle the machine. You can get it. So it doesn't replace a city office, of course, but it can handle certain documents quickly when you need them. Here is a little rule of thumb. When you're stuck or you need something, check the nearest convenience store first. And you might know that Japan has lots of convenience store. If you live in a major city or big city, you can find a convenience store in 3 minutes or 5 minutes for walk. It's very convenient. Even if you live in rural area, except the top of a mountain, you can find it like 5 or 10 minutes by car. You will see that. It's not just a store. Yes, it sells food and drinks, but it also has stationery, of course, sanitary products, of course, cosmetics, of course, even underwear. It's like a mini public service counter too. A print shop like that. A place that saves you when you are in a pinch, all in one. And once you get used to it, like me, you will see why people rely on convenience stores so much. I cannot imagine my life without convenience stores in Japan. Okay, move on. Number 2, trust the timetable of trains. Plan in minutes. Japan's train culture is famously punctual. You might know that, right? In many areas, timetables work down to the minute. And even small delays may come with an apology announcement. I feel like, no, you don't have to be sorry, I am like that, but every trains is like that. But here is the key detail. The punctuality is nationwide, while the extreme crowding is mostly a big city experience, especially during rush hour. So you can imagine that punctual trains coming in the rush hour. People are gathering on time. What's happening? So if you are in Tokyo, Osaka, or other major hubs, cities, expect trains to be very on time and very packed at certain times. If you are outside the big cities, you will enjoy the punctual schedules, but the crowd level can feel completely different. So punctual schedule it's very good. But sometimes it's very, oh my gosh, like that, because punctual people, punctual train are matching and crowded, So when I met a packed train for the first time, it was like when I was 18 years old. I couldn't, breathe. You know, I'm kind of a tall woman, so I can save my face like that. But if I was small, now I couldn't. I think I couldn't breathe. It's very dangerous sometimes. So if you visit to Japan as a sightseeing or something like that, I recommend that don't choose the train on rush hour. Please don't do that. It's gonna be dangerous, especially in Tokyo. Okay? Alright. Number 3. Match the volume zone of the space. Now let's talk about the sound. In previous video, I talked about the sound too. But today is a little bit different. Instead of saying Japan is quiet, I think it's more accurate to say Japan often has volume zone. Different places have different default sound levels. And people tend to match the space. But don't worry, it's not too strict. For example, on a train, in a clinic waiting room, or inside a small shop, the usual level is whisper to soft voice, like this. そういえばこの間さ、なんかこう動物園に行ったんだけど、そうなんかこうすごい可愛いライオンがいてみたいな like this, okay? In cafes or restaurants, it's often soft to normal, depending on the vibe. So, for example, like this. この前のすごい喫茶店すごい美味しかったから、今日はちょっとここにしてみたんだよね。Like this, one more loud, it's okay. So it's not always be quiet. It's more like match the space and give strangers a little privacy through sound. If you remember this one idea, you can avoid many awkward moments without trying too hard. Number 4, keep a little cash and coins when you go outside in Japan. Next is about money. Japan is becoming more cashless, but cash still matters in many everyday situations. Small shops, local places, and some older businesses may prefer cash. And there is one cultural moment where cash appears in a very Japanese way: shrines and temples. You might see a box there, which is kind of a big box, you know, and people putting in coins and praying. They are not aloud, they are praying inside their mind. So the simplest way to understand it is this. It's a small offering, like a donation, a simple physical way to show gratitude and respect, and to say a quiet prayer or thank you to God or to, someone who you believe in. There's no correct amount. Even a small coin is fine. But 1 yen is not appropriate, I think. I would say it's at least, some people slow away 5 yen, but I recommend at least from 10 yen, 100 yen, something like that. Even a small coin is fine, as I said, because the meaning is in the intention not the number. So one practical rule is carry a little cash and some coins just in case, and you will feel more prepared than you expected. Number 5. Taxi apps help, but they are not guaranteed. Now it's about taxi. In Japan, taxis are very common, and in many situations, they are the main backpack option, especially when trains are inconvenient. But here's the important part. I want to say it in a way that stays accurate. Taxi fares are usually based on a base fare, plus additional charges by distance, and sometimes time-based charges in heavy traffic. And the exact details depend on the region. Also, at the late night hours, a late night surcharge may apply depending on the area. Now about apps and Uber. In your country, Uber is common. In Japan, Uber usually means Uber taxi. You are calling a regular taxi with a licensed taxi driver, not a private rideshare. Private ride-sharing is not common in Japan. That's why people here often use taxi apps. And some visitors also use Uber, mainly as a way to call a taxi, just a call. And I think the most major apps to call taxi is Go, G-O app. It's the most common apps in Japan, I think. One more real life thing, depending on the area, the time of day you might request a ride in an app, and they know much. This happens more easily outside major cities or late at night, when there simply aren't enough cars nearby. If that happens, the most relatable option is very simple. Just call a local taxi company directly. If you don't know the numbers, you can ask staff of the station, or you can Google, you can look up, or you can ask neighbors or something like that. So, for example, my grandparents used to live in a rural area. So every time I visited them, they are like, okay, I call a taxi, and on the wall, the number is little, taxi number. And when I say, okay, it's okay, I can call a taxi by app, like Go, they are like, no, it doesn't work. And I tried once, it doesn't work. So just remember, if you visit a rural area in Japan, probably the apps doesn't work because there are not enough cars. So in this case, just remember to call a local taxi company directly. Okay? So the practical rule is apps are helpful, very helpful. But don't treat them as guaranteed. And if you are traveling somewhere rural, having a local taxi number can save you. Number 6. Many people leave their bags in a cafe or restaurant. This one surprises many people, and me too, actually. In Japan, in cafes or restaurant or fast casual restaurants, you will often see people leave their bag on the seat while they go to the restroom or walk up to order. Most people still take their phones and wallets, but sometimes you will even see laptops left on the table. Can you believe that? I'm Japanese, but I cannot believe that. And in many places, nothing happens. Surprisingly, people often trust that others won't take it. But this doesn't mean it's important for theft to happen, so personally, I don't do that. When I leave my seat, I take all my belongings with me. It's a small habit, and it keeps you safe anywhere in the world. Number 7. Trash rule belong to the town, not the country. Now, a very real living in Japan topic, trash. A lot of people assume trash sorting is a national rule. But in Japan, it's often city by city and sometimes even neighborhood based. In one area, you might be able to use almost any plastic bag, and in another, you may need to buy designated trash bags. Moreover, you need to buy different bags for different types of garbage. Wow! Collection days can also differ for burnable, non-burnable, plastics, and recyclable. For example, Monday is for burnable, Tuesday is for plastic, and Wednesday is day off, Thursday is for non-burnable, Friday is for blah blah, like that. So the rule is, don't assume you already know the system. Check the local guide from your city or town, or ask your building staff or neighbors. This one tiny habit prevents so much stress. Number 8. Bring time for paperwork. Next, paperwork stuff. Perhaps some people might see Japan as modern and high-tech. Actually, it's not. Some systems still rely heavily on paper documents at city offices and sometimes banks. You may be asked to fill forms by hand, and certain processes may involve a personal seal, and a stamp. We call it income. Income is a stamp to prove yourself. Yeah. Even if you are comfortable with digital life, the practical rule is bring extra time and expect paperwork. If you go in with that mindset, it feels less frustrating and more predictable. We trying to less paperwork, but it's too slow. Yeah. Okay, number 9. Expect gift level wrapping. Now something lighter. Packaging wrapping. In Japan, packaging wrapping is often extremely neat, almost like a small gift. Even simple items can feel carefully wrapped, and for many visitors, it's surprisingly beautiful. However, while in the past in many places offered is free wrapping, but recently they have started charging for it. Personally, I think it's a great thing for the environment. Or, wrapping is certainly, job, right? And skills, right? So I think it's important to pay for them. So personally, it's good idea, I think. Okay, last one, number 10. すみません can mean sorry, right? And thank you. What? And finally, a word you will hear anywhere, every day, anywhere. すみません 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 Many learners translate it as I'm sorry, I am sorry. And yes, it's correct. It can mean that, but in everyday life, it's also used as excuse me and even thank you. Or you can use it you want to call someone like staff, shop staff like that. すみませんちょっと聞きたいことがあるんですけど I have something to ask you. Excuse me? Like that. For example, when someone helps you, you might hear すみません meaning thank you and sorry for the trouble. They have both meanings. It can also be a polite way to get attention, as I just told you, like that. Excuse me. すみません So when you go to a restaurant, you choose a menu, right? And mostly we say すみませんメニューいいですか注文いいですかExcuse me, can I have an order like that? Or a big fancy restaurant, you can just raise your hand while eye checking is enough. But, standard restaurant or casual restaurants, you need to call a staff. すみません Or there are button to call. Or these days, a laptop order is common. So you don't say anything. But it's a good way to remember すみません has several meanings and a very useful word. Okay. So the rule is don't panic when you hear it. すみません Or, around here, you will hear すみません a lot of times. It's often a soft social tool. Social tool to keep interactions smooth and gentle. Yes. So those were 10 everyday unwritten rules in Japan. Not right or wrong, just patterns you will see in Japan. If you enjoyed this series, tell me in the comments and tell me what surprised you most. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a calm and peaceful night. お疲れ様でした。おやすみなさい。Hi there, welcome back. Today, I want to share something a little different. These are Japan things that foreigners often find surprising. But to be honest, even Japanese people sometimes think, wait, we really do that? Like that. Are you excited? Here we go. Number 1. Vending machines are everywhere. Vending machines are everywhere. And they are not destroyed. In Japan, vending machines are everywhere. It's really not just in busy areas, but in neighborhoods, near parks, sometimes even on quiet streets. If you take the number of vending machines and divide it by Japan's land area, it comes out to roughly one vending machine every 380 meters on average. So this means if you go straight on the street 380 meters, you can find a vending machine. 380 meters is about 1,250 feet. Can you imagine that? Of course, Japan is not evenly filled with vending machines. In the mountains, you might see almost none. In big cities, they are super dense. Sometimes you find them in the countryside too. Not everywhere, but in the places you actually need one. And the surprising part is, they are usually not broken, not vandalized, just quietly sitting there working 24/7. Number 2, I think you might have heard it before. At once, toilets can be too clean. Of course, not all of them, but still. Japanese toilets, not every single one is perfect, but the average level can feel unusually high. It's really high, I think. And some toilets are honestly a full experience. A warm seat and a built-in bidet, meaning it can wash you with a gentle stream of water or hot water you can choose, and with adjustable pressure. If you like the strong pressure, you can choose one. If you want to low pressure, you can choose one. There are some buttons. A stop button, sometimes even a deodorizer, and a sound button to hide noise. And it's not only in public places either. In Japan, having features at home is pretty normal. It's really normal too. Even if you live in older apartment and your toilet doesn't have them, you can actually hire a professional and have a washlet style seat installed. The cost really depends on the model, but it's often like 2万円から5、6万円. It's like 20,000 yen to I think 5 or 60,000 yen. So in this rate, it'd be $200 or $300 it costs. And maybe because it's so comfortable, because they're a warm seat. Oh, it's comfortable, right? And you can clean your bidet or something. And yeah, it's kind of relaxation space. It could be. So maybe because it's so comfortable, my husband takes forever in the bathroom, especially in the morning. Seriously, he doesn't come out. What do you think? Number 3, staff often walk you to the entrance. In Japan, after you pay, staff will often walk with you all the way to the entrance. Hair salon, clothing stores, car dealerships. It happens a lot. Of course, in restaurants too. It's kind and polite. It's good. But sometimes I think it can be a little awkward because you're walking together in the quiet, polite moment and you're like, okay, what do we talk about for the next 10 seconds? So you keep smiling, they keep smiling, you're both being super polite. That's the typical Japanese style, I think. Okay, number 4. The bowing lasts forever. In some industries or companies. This depends on the industry or company, but there is one place where I personally notice it a lot. Car dealership. Sometimes even after you are already leaving, they keep bowing forever until your car turns and you completely disappear. It's like they're bowing your tail lights. It's very respectful and also it's a little too much, I think. You don't have to do that, you know. Yeah, you will be surprised. Even me, I was surprised. Wow, forever. I should go come out as soon as possible like that, you know. Number 5, Starbucks is basically a study hall. In Japan, Starbucks is not just coffee. For many people, it's a workplace. People bring laptops, textbooks, iPads, and they stay for a long time, quietly studying. So the downside is, on weekends, it can be really hard to find a seat. Even some people start to have an interview or meeting, online meeting or online interviews. This is a bad manner, of course, so I am really shocked to see them. And I hope Starbucks or some cafes will be a space for anyone who can feel like relaxed, you know? By the way, how is it in your country? Is Starbucks mostly for chatting? Or do people also study and work too? I would be glad if you tell me that. So from here, I will teach you some phrases that you can use at Starbucks or other cafes. So, because of their situation in Japan, a staff at Starbucks often ask you before you order, お席はありますか? This means, do you have a seat? Like, お席はありますか? O seki wa arimasu ka? Okay, let's read it together. Oseki. This means seat in a polite way. Wa means like is. Arimasu ka? It also means is in a polite way. Oseki wa arimasu ka? Do you have a seat? Do you have a seat? Okay, let's say it together. お席はありますか? Our staffs ask you because so many people are sitting there for a long time for their study or work. So it's very hard to find a seat, as I said. So, お席はありますか? is the common question at casual cafe like Starbucks in Japan. And I strongly recommend you need to find a seat and take it, like save the seat before you order. Okay, next, number 6. Tokyo street are narrow and the parking is shockingly small. If you drive in central Tokyo, you might be surprised by how narrow some streets are. So if you are planning to drive, please check the route in advance. Street view can save you. And about parking, yes, even regular paid parking lots can be tight, but the truly crazy ones are private home driveways. Some house parking spaces are honestly brutal. Yeah, it's almost impossible to park there like that. So if you are renting a car in Tokyo, a smaller car is usually the safest choice. The same is true even in Kyoto, a major tourist city. Number 7. Japanese summer is aggressively humid. People maybe imagine that Japan has cherry blossoms and calm vibes, but summer can be intense. Not just hot and super humid. It's very dangerous. It can feel like warm, wet air and your energy disappears very quickly. This is like that summer in Japan. I'm wearing something clothes and eye makeup and my kids are excited to go out. Okay, let's go. And open the door. No, we shouldn't go out today. Like this. Very hot and humid. Very. And yes, heat stroke happens a lot. So if you visit Japan in summer, please bring a hat, sunscreen, and water. And honestly, our sun umbrella helps a lot. I think a sun umbrella save your life. It's not exact rate. Okay? Summer in Japan is not gentle. Be careful. Number 8. Japan is very good at turning normal things into entertainment. This is one of my favorites. In Japan, we are kind of talented at taking something ordinary and turning into a full experience. For example, Sento. Sento is the place that I mentioned the first 10 Unspoken Rules video. It's a public bath and saunas. It's not just to take a bath. Some places feel like a mini amusement park. You can have a relaxation area, manga corners, great food, souvenir shops. It becomes a whole day plan, not just a bath. Number 9. School festivals are too high level. In Japan, most high schools and universities hold a school festival every year. It's almost in September or October. In Japanese, we often call it gakuensai. Gakuensai. It's usually organized by students, and it's kind of a big annual tradition. The purpose isn't really making money. It's more like a celebration of school life or a chance to show what students can create and a way to connect with the community. For high schools, families and local residents often visit. For universities, it can be open to the public. So, if you visit Japan and there is a university's festival, you can go there. You can participate in them. So anyone can come and enjoy it. And the level can be surprisingly advanced. Students don't just set up a table. They build mini cafe, themed attractions, haunted houses, performances, concerts, fashion shows, and the decorations are sometimes seriously impressive. It honestly feels like students casually running their own event production company for a weekend. They do it because they want it to be memorable and because it's fun to create something together. Number 10. Reading the room is deeply rooted, and some people get overly careful. What is reading the room? We call it in Japanese 空気を読む。空気を読む。This is the most typical culture in Japan, I think. 空気を読む。空気 means air, the air. Air. 読む means read. Can you read the air? It's difficult or impossible, right? But we do that. In this case, air means like atmosphere, feelings. Yes, what people's mind. You know? I don't think it's possible, but we do that. So, if you want to the meaning 空気を読む, I would say sensing unspoken social cues. Meaning like sensing unspoken social cues. Wow, it's tough, right? Sensing unspoken social cue. So this means sensing unspoken social cues. That's a tough one. Okay, let me explain that. Experiences like school festivals shape us too. From a young age, we actually learn how to work with people around us. So planning together, sharing roles, reading each other's pace, and creating something as a team. Maybe maybe it comes from that kind of student life, and maybe it's also part of our national character. But in Japan, the culture of reading the room is very strong. It's really strong. It can be a beautiful thing. People notice small details. They try not to disturb others, and they often anticipate what someone might need. But at the same time, it can also make some people overly careful. We call it in Japanese 気にしすぎ. Okay, 気にしすぎ. 気にしすぎ. This means overly careful. You are thinking too much, like that. It happens a lot. Always thinking, is this okay? Am I bothering anyone? Am I saying the right thing? Something like that. So yes, Japan can feel very constellate, but sometimes that kindness comes with pressure too. You can imagine that, right? To be honest, I don't really love this reading the room culture. Of course, being considerate is important. Kindness and respect matter. But I also think it's important to be able to speak honestly, to express what you feel, and to say things directly in a healthy way. Sometimes in Japan, people become so careful that they end up holding everything in. And that can be exhausting, right? So I really hope we can keep the good part, being thoughtful, while also making more space for honest communication. Alright, that's all for today. Which one was the most helpful or the most surprising for you? Please tell me in the comments. On this channel, I share videos where you can relax while learning about Japan or Japanese language. If you enjoyed this, I'd love it if you subscribe. Thank you for being here, and I hope you have a peaceful night and day. Thank you. See you again. お疲れ様でした。おやすみなさい。Hello and welcome. Today I'd like to share 10 small things that Japan expects you to know. But don't worry. These are not strict rules. These are like habits, manners, or patterns, pieces of social awareness that can make everyday life in Japan feel much smoother. Okay? Maybe you are planning a trip to Japan. Maybe you already live here. Or maybe you simply enjoy learning Japanese or Japanese culture. Whatever brought you here, I'm so glad to meet you, and I hope this guide helps you relax and enjoy. Let's begin. Number 1. Don't open taxi doors by yourself. One of the first things that surprises many visitors is the taxi door. In Japan, the near door of a taxi often opens automatically. So when you get in, you usually do not open it yourself. You just wait and the driver or the machine opens it for you. If you take a taxi here in Japan, it is often better not to reach for the back door. It's gonna be open, So if you try to open the door by yourself, it's gonna be kind of dangerous, okay? Just wait. Alright. Number 2. Convenience stores may heat up your bento for you. Japanese convenience stores are famous for being extremely useful, as I mentioned in previous video. They are not just places to buy snacks or drinks, and one thing many visitors enjoy is this. If you buy a bento or certain prepared foods, the staff may offer you to heat up. Would you like heat up for you? Like this. So if you buy a meal at a convenience store, don't be surprised if warming it up is part of the service. It's free. It is such a simple thing, but it feels kind. Quietly kind, practical, comforting. That is part of the charm of Japanese convenience stores. Number 3. Some buses still need cash, especially outside big cities. Now let's talk about buses. In big cities, IC cars can be very convenient. You tap, you ride, and everything feels easy. But Japan is not all the same, especially outside the biggest cities. Some buses may still expect coins, cash, and for travelers, this can be easy to overlook. You might think in Japan everything must be digital. Not always. Not always, even in big cities. Sometimes the system is still a little more old-fashioned. So if you are traveling in smaller towns or rural areas, it is smart to carry some cash or coins. Coins better for buses though. Okay? But don't worry about it. If you cash, but you don't have coins, don't worry. You may be able to exchange money on the bus while it is stopped. Here is another small bus tip that many visitors do not know. On some buses in Japan, there is a machine inside the bus next to the driver that can help you make change. So if you do not have the exact coins, you may be able to exchange money there when the bus stopped. Be careful when the bus is moving and you're gonna exchange. It's kind of dangerous and it's not supposed to do. Driver is announcing always, please move on when the bus stopped. Stop, okay? Usually people do this while the bus is stopped, as I say, okay? So if you notice that you need smaller coins, oh my god, I don't have coins, and oh my gosh, this bus is kind of old-fashioned. There may be a way to fix it inside the bus itself. There is one of those very practical details that can make travel much less stressful. And number 5, don't open or eat things before buying. I think most country is the same rule, manners. What do you think? What about your country? This one sounds simple, but it matters. In Japan, you are generally expected to pay first, and open later. Pay first, open later. It's the common rule in Japan. How about your country? So if you are in a convenience stores or supermarket, grocery stores, department, wherever, don't open a drink, take a bite, or start eating something before you pay for it. If you do that, someone say stop it. You're not supposed to do that. Then you don't stop it. You might be arrested. So it's not appropriate behavior. Okay. In some places that may feel casual or not like a big deal, but in Japan it can come across as rude or strange or people, police is coming. So just be careful. Number 6, return trays and sort your trash at casual food places. At food courts and casual self-service places like Starbucks, people in Japan are often expected to clean up after themselves at least a little. That usually means returning trays, throwing things away properly, and sorting the trash into the correct bins. In Japan, shared spaces matter. There is often a quiet idea that everyone should help keep the place comfortable for the next person. I like this, really. So instead of leaving everything on the table and walking away, many people take a moment to put things back where they belong. And this is not only about cleanliness, not about that. It is also awareness. You are not alone in the space. Other people are using it too. And that feeling, that quiet cooperation is something you see again and again in Japan. I like this custom. I think that's because Japan is clean, Number 7, let people get up first and wait by the side of the train doors. In Japan, people usually let passengers get off the train first before getting on. Instead of standing right in front of the doors, they wait to the side so the flow stays smooth and orderly. Like this. You are waiting at the train, okay? And the door is open. You are like side of the train's door, and everyone is get off. Are you gonna check? Okay, I can get in like this. It may seem like a small thing, but knowing this makes you look much more natural on public transportation in Japan. If you don't do that, you're gonna clash to someone, Oh, boom. It's gonna be dangerous, so just remember that. And one more about the train behavior. Keep your backpack off your back in crowded places. You can imagine that, and you already did that. Some people say that. I think in Japan, and especially on busy trains or in crowded shops, people are expected to be very aware of the space crowded them. Because Japan is a small country, and we have a small house, we have a small parking area or something like that, especially in the big cities. I think that this is a reason for it, though. That is why many take their backpack off and carry it in front or by hand instead of leaving it on their back. すみません。よいしょ、よいしょ。こっちに持ってある。手で持ったり。Okay. It is a small, but it's very important way to bumping into others and to seem more considerate in shared spaces. Japan is, focusing on consideration, kind of. Yes. And number 9. Carry a small towel or handkerchief. Towel or handkerchief. What for? In Japan, carrying a small towel, or handkerchief is surprisingly normal. Actually, to be honest, when I create this script, I looked up some information about Japan and overseas, and is this surprisingly thing like this? Do you think having carry a small towel or handkerchief every day is surprise you? Do you think so? This is totally normal in Japan. Even at school, there is a list to check. Do you have a handkerchief or towel? Yeah. It may seem like a tiny detail, but some restrooms do not have paper towels on hand dryers or hand dryers, so people often come prepared. It is one of those quiet little habits that can make you seem much more natural in Japan. That's also why small towel and handkerchief are popular as simple thank you gifts in Japan. I would be very glad if I receive a gift and there is a handkerchief or towel, because I do use it every day. Surprise? Please tell me if this makes you surprised or not. What about your country? Just tell me. Alright, number 10. Be ready before you reach the cashier. It's a tiny thing too, but it's so Japanese. In Japan, people often try not to slow down the flow at the register. Instead of waiting until the very last moment, many prepare their cash card or shopping bag before it is their turn. So Japanese. It is a small detail, but being ready can make you seem much more considerate and natural in Japan. Maybe when you come here, you will see this situation. It's not your turn, but you already have bags or, cash or cards like that. Yes. So, how was it? Which one is the most interesting or surprised you? If you are interested in this kind of videos or did you like it? Just tell me and please subscribe to my channel. Your support means a lot to me. Okay, thank you so much for being here at the end. I hope see you guys next video. Bye bye. おやすみなさい。